What is going on, everybody? We are back again with another video, and before I start the video, if you guys are new, feel free to subscribe. We are on the road to 500 subscribers, so yeah, let's run to the video. Alright, so for this, if you're a Rockets fan, you should be excited right now because of what happened last night. So Kevin Porter Jr. So the title of the video is the Rockets found the next James Harden. So obviously that's not entirely true, but we gotta have a title for something. But Kevin Porter Jr. We got two Porter Juniors, Michael Porter Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. playing so good. Well, what's up with the Porter Juniors right now? They're all playing good. Kevin Porter and Michael Porter Jr. But Kevin Porter Jr. dropped 50 points and 11 assists. I believe he's the youngest player. I think he just passed LeBron James for becoming the youngest player to record 50 points and 11 assists, or 50 points and over 10 assists, double-digit assists. So good for him. That's really good for him. So the Rockets found the next James Harden. I mean, last night he definitely played similar to Harden. So last night though, he was hitting a lot. He hit 9 threes though. 9 threes. He made 9 threes. We're gonna when I'm talking about Kevin Porter for this video, I'm gonna talk about based off what happened last night. I don't watch a lot of Kevin Porter Jr. I don't watch his game a lot, but I did watch last night. I did watch his highlight. He was hitting a lot of contested threes. He has some Euro step as well. He just played great for 20. I believe he's 20 years old. How old is Kevin Porter Jr.? I believe he's 20 years old, right? Yeah, he's 20 years old. So 50 points, 11 assists for 20-year-old. Like, he's not even 21. It's just crazy that Kevin Porter did that. Obviously, the Rockets got a big steal for Kevin Porter. I believe they only gave up a second-round pick for Kevin Porter Jr. And I also believe that Kevin Porter Jr. did get fined for going to like a strip club or something. So, hey, another similar thing to James Harden. So, yeah. The Rockets, that's good for them. They got Kevin Porter Jr. He might save them. Right now, the Rockets are not looking great, but the Rockets may not look great right now. The Rockets may not look great, but if they can get their first round pick, if they get the #1 pick, and if they get a Cade Cunningham, yeah, Rockets fan, like if they get the #1 pick and they get somebody like Cade Cunningham, like the Rockets are gonna be good to go. They're gonna have Cade Cunningham, Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood. They're gonna have their big three for the future. That's really their big three: Christian Wood, Kevin Porter, and Cade Cunningham. Obviously, that hasn't happened, so we don't know if that's gonna happen. So the Rockets, they got a steal for Kevin Porter Jr. If you're a Rockets fan, feel free to comment down below your thoughts on Kevin Porter Jr. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all are loving him right now. A lot of Rockets fans are loving Kevin Porter Jr. right now. But I still can't believe that the Rockets gave up a second-round pick for someone who just dropped 50 points, who became the youngest player to drop 50 points and over 10 assists last night. Like, I know the Cavs and Michael and Kevin Porter Jr. had like some problems, but how are you gonna give up Kevin Porter Jr. for a second-round pick? Like, that just shows why LeBron James left Cleveland in 2010 for the Miami Heat. That literally is another reason why LeBron James left Cleveland. The Cavaliers are just trash, friend. Without the LeBron, the Cavs are just nothing. they're basically nothing. So yeah, Kevin Porter Jr. He definitely does have a bright future. Last night he played kind of similar in a way to James Harden. He was hitting a lot of he was hitting some step back threes. He had contested threes, and he did some Euro step as well. And he went to a strip club and got fined $50,000, something similar to James Harden. And his height is really similar to James Harden as well. I know I'm comparing him to James Harden. I'm not saying Kevin Porter Jr. is going to be the next James Harden, so I don't want y'all to believe that I'm saying it, because James Harden is just on a different level. James Harden, I'm not saying Kevin Porter is going to be the next James Harden, but all I'm saying is, hey, he could be something special in the future. He could be multiple-time All-Star. It doesn't matter if he makes the All-Star once. It matters if he can make it consistently throughout his career. So yeah, Kevin Porter Jr., let's see how he plays throughout the future. Let's see if he can average like 20 points per game for the rest of the season consistently. If he can score 20 points, maybe get like 5, 6, 7 assists. So he's, at the end of the day, he's only 20 years old, so he's still young. He's 6 years away from, you know, he's 6, 7 years away from reaching his prime, so he's still young. It's crazy. It's really impressive that he's playing this good at 20 years old. It's really impressive. Like Luka Doncic, when he was 20 years old, he played really good as well. So yeah, if you guys didn't make it all the way to the end of the video, you know, feel free to comment down below your thoughts on Kevin Porter Jr. If you think he's gonna be the future of the Rockets, like Kevin Porter Jr. and Christian Wood. Deshaun Tate is another solid player, but Kevin Porter Jr., Christian Wood, and potentially, if they can get that first round pick, Cade Cunningham. Like if the Rockets get the first round pick and they get the first pick in the 2021 draft and they get Cade Cunningham, like the Rockets are gonna be good to go, unless if Cade Cunningham becomes a bust, which I doubt it. But the Rockets are gonna be good to go. Kevin Porter Jr., Cade Cunningham, Christian Wood. Rockets fans should definitely be excited. Even if y'all don't get Cade Cunningham, y'all still have Christian Wood and Kevin Porter Jr., which is a pretty good duo. A pretty good duo. So just like I said, if you guys didn't make it over to the end of the video, you know, feel free to comment down below your thoughts on the Rockets, Kevin Porter Jr., and all of them. And yeah, if you're a Rockets fan, you know, feel free to also comment down below. Like, who do you think Kevin Porter Jr. could be? Like, I know some people are gonna say he's gonna be the next James Harden. Like, I don't know about that. James Harden he's one of the greatest scorers of all time. Like, James Harden is James Harden. He's on a different level. So yeah, also subscribe if you're new. Like the video if you think that Kevin Porter Jr. is gonna be an all-star in the future. If you think that he's gonna be something special. The only concern about Kevin Porter Jr. is like his attitude. Like, he did have problems with the Cavs. Like, that's the reason why the Cavs traded him, and he was in a strip club as well. So if he can fix that, if he can be more mature, he's 20 years old, so the older he gets, I'm pretty sure the more mature he's gonna get. So if he can become more mature and he stop doing all those crazy stuff off the court, then he's gonna be good to go. So yeah, also subscribe if you're new. If you made it all the way to this part of the video, really appreciate it. Feel free to like the video, feel free to subscribe if you're new, because we are on the road to 500 subscribers. And yeah, and I'm out.